guys, welcome to Gowns and Gimlets. This is Bustle Bridal's podcast about my two favorite things, gowns and cocktails. Today we have Justine, who is a Bustle Bridal stylist, joining us here today. And we talk about crying during appointments, who's the boss, and the best espresso martini you've never had. Make a drink and join us for the show. So, Justine, you're one of our bridal stylists here. How long have you worked at Bustle?
A year and a half now.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a full year and a half.
She was joking with me earlier. She was like, you're the boss and literally the owner, and you don't know where anything is, what anything does here. And that's fair.
I told her that's my ongoing joke. It's always like, Sarah was like, going and get a veil, or like, asking Sarah about anything, like, where I'm like, hey, do we have
where
this
do we keep the cathedral veils? Like, I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I think it's a testament to how good her employees are.
It's true.
I think it is.
It's true. I can just like put it out of my mind. You guys are handling it. But then I took a bride, not this past Saturday, but the one before. She came back to purchase her dress and everyone was busy. So I think you were like, hey, can you help her? And I was like, sure, absolutely. And I brought her into this room, the VIP suite, and she's asking me all these questions. And I'm like, I'm going to have to ask Katie.
What questions was she asking you?
It was about the dress that she was ordering. She wanted to know something about like the different colors, like the layers, or like how it would look if it was all ivory. And I was like, I'm going to ask Katie. Or then like she asked how much it was. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to find the tag.
It was $32.99.
Yeah, it sure was.
This is why it tickles me so. Like, it literally just make me giggle every single time. Because I'm like, she buys everything in this store. Like literally your card goes down for this. And every single time something, even like, I feel like after you press like send, instantly it's like out of your mind.
Completely exits my brain.
And so I'm like, oh my gosh, Sarah, like something new came in today. Like, it's just like, what is it? I'm like, this, trying to explain it to her. She's like,
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I had a moment like that for the first time.
Yeah. And it's easy to do.
Labels.
Yeah.
Some private labels came in.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at the picture in Bridal Live and I was like, I remember being in that room.
Yeah.
When this was picked out and I see what day it was ordered and I know it was on our trip to market.
Yeah.
I remember that dress. I don't
never heard of
it.
It's overwhelming. Like I'm leaving again for market tomorrow and market season is super fun, but it's really overwhelming because you end up picking 30 to 40 new dresses for the store. And I remember, we pour over each dress, like, what type of bride is going to like this? What are they going to not like about it? Should we bring this into the store? And you're making all of these millions of decisions. And then it's easy to forget what you ordered. And then they come in and it's like Christmas. I'm like, oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh my God. It really is Christmas when these these dresses. Like when Ambrose came in, I literally squealed. Like if you run the tapes, I'm literally like jumping up and down. I was so excited for that dress.
Yeah, I actually had a request of you for market this year.
Okay.
And I wanted to wait until we were mic'd up because I think it's comical that I have to ask you this.
Okay.
So, Justine, you know that when we go to market, she pays for everything. I don't have to put my card down for nothing.
No.
Very norm. The norm for Sarah.
It's a work trip.
The last day of market on our last time going, I bought like a sandwich or something, or it might have even just been like a bottle of water while she was using the bathroom. And she came out and went, why did you do that? Like, you couldn't have just waited a minute or
something like that, where I think it was like a bottle of water. You were like, Katie, like, why? You don't need to put your card down. It's a market trip. Everything's right off.
It's offensive to me.
Yeah. And,
we're just like,
if you buy something like that I could have bought for you, it's offensive.
Yeah.
It's a work trip.
Love that.
So my request of you is for market this year, and you can say no, and I'll be fine.
I'm already
Are you
scared
sure?
for you.
I'll be fine if we don't do this. But
Okay.
for market this year, could we eat at some like cheaper restaurants?
No.
Actually, put your own card for them.
Be for real. Be so for real right now.
I just see what the entree costs, and then I go, I better finish this.
I'm gonna have them print a menu for you with no prices on it.
You have to. I mean, you did that for the Bustle Christmas dinner.
I did. Yeah.
She was like, no,
You did.
Yeah.
It did take some of the anxiety away.
What you didn't realize is that before the dinner, we had all
looked
the
online.
And looked at the prices and picked out what we were going to order.
Sneaky hoes.
Because like you have to be mindful at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because it's already a blessing, and we're like we really love you for that. But like, I'm not trying to get like the most expensive like glass of wine that I don't even know that I'm ordering. That's like $30 of glass.
I tell my daughter the same thing. Like, if I'm inviting you somewhere and I'm paying the check, I know what everything costs.
True. true.
And I'm not inviting you with any kind of stipulation. Like I would be so upset if I knew that you wanted a meal and you didn't get it because it was $10 more than another one. I would be so upset about that.
It's a little different with Market because I invite myself.
That is true. Katie does invite the hell out of herself. She's like, so when are we going?
Maybe I should be a little bit more bold then.
Maybe so.
Maybe I should be a little bit more bold.
Maybe so.
Not with my Market. Maybe you take Gowns Market. You want Justine walking around in those little kitten heels at Big Girl Market?
Kitten heels. The heels that I wore on Saturday are not kitten, honey. They real grown. they're literally this big.
Okay, and I call these that I'm wearing right now kitten heels.
Okay, the height of your heel does not equal the importance of your job.
Okay.
Well, that fucking sucks. I'm just saying. I wish I'd known that earlier. I'd have been wearing flats.
I was trying to get you to wear flats since you started this job. All right.
Me and Gab were laughing about that though. I think we talked about it in the last episode though.
Maybe
about Big Girl Market.
Yeah.
Versus like sweet little Insta Girl Market.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I had said something to Gab about like, you know, when I like one day go on a maternity leave, Gab's gonna have to do Big Girl Market. And she was like, ugh. she said, okay.
And then all the like decisions and it's a lot. It's really fun though. It's invigorating to me.
Yeah.
And then I forget every single thing that I ordered. And then it's like Christmas when it all comes in. It's super fun.
The only things that I didn't remember that we ordered were the private labels. And even, not even all the private labels, one private label. I went, I don't feel like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I guess I have. Like we got this Maggie dress in recently. I don't even remember what the dress was.
Maggie Sotero.
Oh, was it the fitted lacy girl with the high neck that you can remove?
I did sneak some dresses in. I did sneak some dresses in.
You did sneak some dresses in.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we got like a Maggie dress in, and I said something because they were like, well, this is the same fabric as this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, but we picked this one, remember, because at the time we had like a Mikado overskirt, but I knew that we weren't going to have one when we got back from Market. So we went ahead and ordered more Mikado overskirt.
Yeah.
So like, we'll be fine with this jacquard overskirt and the Mikado when it comes in. And like, I had thought about that while we were at Market and remembered that I thought about that here when it came in.
Yeah.
And so I do, for the most part, remember it.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there may come a time where I don't anymore, but I doubt it because I am, in fact, around these dresses constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
I'm a little like nervous about this coming Market because every other Market, even the one that I didn't go to when I first started working here, I have called it like what the next thing was going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you have that feeling? What do you think it's going to be?
I did actually think something the other day. I was like, oh, this is going to be not necessarily what's all at Market, but what it needs to be and what we need to get from them.
That was going to be one of my questions for you guys. Like, what should we be looking for? Market season starts now.
Ooh.
What should we be looking for to add to the store? High necks are happening.
But I'm nervous because my first year here, the first Market that y'all went to, I was like, well, we need more high necks.
Right.
Everybody's asking for high necks. And then you guys went and ordered some high necks, and then by the time the dresses came in, nobody wanted it.
Well, I'm kind of scared with high necks. So that I feel like a lot of girls are coming in for high necks, and then they get into a high neck, and they're like, whoa, I'm overstimulated.
Okay, but
so
you have to have it. Like, if girls are coming in with pictures from Pinterest, they want to know that we're on top of all the trends. So, like, if you're seeing it on Pinterest, we have it here in the store. Whether or not it's right for you and it fits the vibe of your wedding, that remains to be seen. But brides need to know that we have what they're looking for.
They have to see it through, too.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just going to take your word saying like, oh, you probably want like a high neck.
Right. No, they have to put it on.
They have to put it on so they can see for themselves.
Cap sleeves.
Cap sleeves.
Yeah. Like a little tiny off the shoulder cap. Not even like a full one. Like a little. Yeah.
Literally right here. Yeah. Or a jacket.
Yeah.
Clock it.
A little cap sleeve like topper would hit. Yeah. It would body.
Yeah. So if all of our designers are listening to this.
We're talking to you,
right? That's right. But like they really do, I think, need to take into account feedback from all of their stores. Yeah. Like it would be really great if they would send out a survey before to all of their stores. Like, what is it that you're looking for? So some designers will send test trunk shows to different stores, and they typically send them to larger markets. And sometimes our market gets missed on that. So they'll send a trunk show and they'll ask a bunch of questions a designer representative will go to the trunk show and they'll ask a lot of questions of the brides. You know, do you like this style? Do you like this style? And then they bring that to their design team, and that's how they come up with their collection for the season. And sometimes I think that our market gets missed for that because we're not a larger city. We're a large city, but we're not one of the biggest ones. And I wish they would do a better job of listening.
We got things to say.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm tired of telling my girls, I'm like, hey girl, I just zip the dresses around here. They don't, like, the designers don't listen to me.
Right.
Because I have ideas. I'm like, hey, why did Justin Alexander and those little extra little belts that they put on Idris, why?
Yeah.
It's
things
fine.
like that.
Yeah,
We do cut it off. But it's like small things right there where I'm like, they look at me like I'm the crazy one. I'm like, hey, no, girl, I zip the dresses around here. I get
lines, right? Like we're hearing what the brides are asking us for. And a lot of times in the past, we've had a paper in the break room where I've said like, hey, if a bride has asked you for something and we don't have it, write it down. And then we take a tally mark of how many times we're asked for that is something that we don't have. And then I'll bring that with me to market.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that. I wanted to make an Excel sheet because me and Abby was actually talking about that this Saturday.
Love a spreadsheet.
About just like things that
first in the
we
spreadsheet.
just
I love
need.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I just got done with my spreadsheets with everybody's sales numbers. Can I tell her?
Whisper it.
I haven't told her about it yet. The thing that you're really annoyed that I keep saying.
Oh my gosh. Go
really
ahead. I'm not annoyed. I'm just the only one who'll call her out on it.
She is the sales manager.
No, let her say it. Or should I say it?
No, let me say it. So I did everybody's numbers, right?
Right.
So we have their closing ratios, their overall quarterly sales performance. I have a section highlighted for like their sales, like what they actually sold off the rack, like moving things out of the store. Like, and then I have accessory sales, and you can see in everybody's like the numbers, you can see where everyone's strengths are, right? So like Abby, clearly that one thing that I told Jay to cut, she kills it.
Yeah.
Because they don't do those.
Justine's sales performance was crazy good. She will pull a Martina Liana. The second she finds out it's in budget, she's pulling a Martina Liana. Right? And then like Gab actually had a good amount of off the rack sales. And so I was doing mine last and I got really like nervous because I was like, I talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
She does.
Can I back it up?
Shit. And I said, I'm really scared that I'm going to do my numbers. And because they pretty much covered the bases. It's like, I'm scared I'm going to look at my numbers and go like, shit, like they're good. I know that they'll be good, but that doesn't mean that they'll be like the best at any one thing.
Yeah.
And then I did my numbers and I went, oh yeah, that's why I'm the sales manager. I was like, I do better at
And that's
everything.
not how she, but I want you to know how she told you about it. That is not how she said at all.
No, I said I did better at literally every single thing. But except Justine beat me in sales performance. Huh?
But the whole reason why I was like annoyed about it was because Katie, at first I've heard this probably like 6 times. So we have the exact same schedule. And then also I just like hang out with her also outside of work. But it's giving very much where like, oh my gosh, you did so good. But I did 10 times better. And I'm just like, babes.
You have to have something to work toward, right? And Katie's like, I'm that goal.
In my second quarter, 76% closing ratio is the goal.
Yeah, it sure is.
I said second place is 67. I need y'all to swap those numbers. And then we're going to get it. But no, Justine's sales performance goal, I'm like actually devastated knowing that we are entering slow season. And I don't know if I'm
Jesus, please hear our cries.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to top that in the next 3 months because I don't know that we're going to have the business to do so in the next 3 months.
Yeah.
But you best believe
it does slow down in the next few months, which is really a great time to come. Like if you are the type of shopper and you don't want a lot of other people around, like it's a good time to come. There's a really good chance you're going to have the store to yourself if you come on a Friday at noon in the next few months. Like it's a private experience.
Are our happiest brides.
So happy.
Because they're like, it's
not crazy
experience. I'm like, well,
y'all know Saturdays are insane sometimes. So it's
they can be, but like going into the next few months, you know, historically speaking, it's been a little bit more chill. So like sometimes if someone just doesn't like a lot of attention or a lot of people around, I'll even recommend that they come in like in August or a September. It's a great time. You get a lot more of us and our attention.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I say we're entering slow season, but we have been busy on weekdays.
We've been really busy.
We had like
like 3 appointments last Wednesday or something.
Well, last Friday.
Last Friday was like 4 appointments.
Yeah.
But there would be a time where I would be like, oh, if you want, during busy season, I'm like, if you want a chill time, come on a weekday. But
not necessarily anymore.
I feel like Thursdays are like our slow day.
Maybe I need there to be one day a week where we can like process all the boxes that come in.
What do you think? I got those boxes in the stockroom right now. Whooping my and from the busy bee, I feel like I have like we have our managers, and I always say the way that we classify everyone else is like we're like a little worker bees. We're backed up with the boxes right now.
How does it feel to be like the head of the worker bees?
I actually kind of like it. But I think naturally I do like having like a little bit of a leadership role. And so it's like I feel like leading, like making sure things get like Gab has said recently, as in like whenever y'all are not there, it's like then I'm like the next one to like get everything done. Oh, was it you?
I said that because
I don't like it though.
I'm not going to be able to be here like this Wednesday. And I was like, so Justine's in charge. I told Abby, I said, you know that means Justine's in charge.
And it's like I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I just I feel like I just like make a good little list. You know, I love a good list because mentally she needs a little.
We love it.
Type A is so funny.
That's very generous of you. I'm type B, wanting to be type A so bad.
You always have like your, tasks.
She's just ADHD. She has to write it down.
Yeah.
That's what I said the other day. Whenever she was like, "You didn't update my timesheet," I said, "Did you write it on a sticky note?" We were in my living room.
There are a lot of sticky
we
notes.
were in her living room, and I'm like, hey, I swear I told you.
You might have, but did you write it on a sticky note? Well, then I don't know why you're expecting me to do it.
No, I enjoy it. It gives me like a little bit of like responsibility, which I like, but then also it's like I don't think I'm like I don't have the most on my plate here either. Yeah. And so I enjoy being able to go to you and Gab and be like, hey, what's going on in your life? Like, what do you need from me today? What can I help you with? The other day was like me like checking like the MOB dresses or something like that with Gab. I don't know, Gab be doing her thing. Like
a self-cleaning oven.
That's what I say about Gab. She's like a self-cleaning oven because she like, if there's ever anything that needs to be fixed about the way she's doing her job.
Yeah, she's already assessing it. Actually, that's a really good way to put it. She's already assessing it, working it out. Yeah.
I think the way I help Gab is just like on the day she's not there, the operational part, that's what I'll like be the one making sure like we're doing that. Yeah. Like taking out the trash. Just like making sure like functioning, like we look cute, the aesthetics are cute, like things like that. Yeah. But it's fun. I mean, the girls make it easy. Like Abby, you give that girl a task and she's done with it like in like 30 minutes. And she's like, okay, what else can I do?
Really so good about that kind of stuff.
Really, they really are. It makes it really easy.
They're better about those tasks than I am. I have this it's like this kind of, I don't even want to say it's like an executive dysfunction that happens. It's not. I don't know how to put it into words where if I have these really important things that need to get done, like this person needs to get called, this designer needs to get emailed, this girl needs to get texted back, things like that. Or like you need to text with alterations or call Mason or Danny and like figure out what's the plan.
Our tailors.
Yeah. Yes. If I need to do that and then they come up to me and go, you want to help me take the trash out real quick? I go,
it's too much. It's too much.
I'm like, I can't believe you would throw something else on my plate, another huge thing on my plate now. And I recognize that it's not as big, but in that moment it feels as big. And that's why I'm telling you, Justine is amazing, because any ways in which like my biggest weaknesses are Gab's biggest strengths. Like Gab's ability to just like manage her time is just so magical.
Remember everything. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah. It's the anxiety. It's the anxiety.
My anxiety does the opposite thing. So I get anxious and I go, what was I anxious about? Taking the trash out. I've got to take the trash out. Oh, did you remember all of those things I said earlier? Because I didn't. The second I heard trash, that's all I thought about. And so last Friday, was it? Yeah, it was Friday.
It was last Friday. Yeah.
I have a lot to do because we're moving into a new house right now. And Justine was like, well, what all do you have to do? I was like, with work or with home? And she was like, both. I was like, well, with work, I need to do, and I listed like 4 things, right, that I had to get done before the end of the day. And then with home, I was like, I need to call the trash people. I need to text my brother-in-law happy birthday. I never did that, by the way.
I gave you a list.
I forgot. But I wrote.
Did you make a list?
I did.
She wrote it down as I was saying it, and then I was like,
that's type A. Own it.
Am I type A?
I don't know. I feel like you said that in front of Gab.
I will be showing that to my mother and father. They would never think like I feel like I'm so different than when I was younger. I definitely was a girl with like the dirtiest room. They like struggled to make me like clean my room. But now I'm very much where I'm like, if things are not clean, I'll spiral.
Don't just underestimate your brain. I mean, you beat me in chess.
I beat her at chess. And I think the only reason, well, the thing is like, I knew I was going to beat you. I'm pretty confident.
I knew I was going to beat her.
I'm a pretty confident person. And also like, I knew I had a good ability to win. The difference that what like makes it feel so good is that she really thought I wasn't going to win. And it's just something about proving someone wrong.
This is why I'm not good at chess. It's too much like trying to decide what the other person is going to do.
No, here's what happened though, is that I had a clear game plan in my head 40 different times, and then I had to start setting timers for her to make a move. Because she would take 8 minutes to make a move.
Sounds like someone who's hating
and I would
that she
forget everything
lost.
that I was going to do.
No, because then she had a little help and like backup with Charlotte, literally.
Charlotte, she says,
what was the song, Bubble Guppies?
Yeah, I said,
what, your 4-year-old?
Yeah, I said, why are you taking so long to make a move? And she goes, I've got the Bubble Guppies theme song.
I said, my eyes twitching, looking at Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte, you want to come sing the Bubble Guppies song? And Charlotte walked in the room, bubble guppies.
And she wanted to help so bad by like touching all the pieces, which I'm like, hey, babe.
I was like, go ahead, babe.
That's what 4-year-olds do.
I'll tell you what, though, Justine went, Charlotte, stop. And she had never caught that kind of attitude with Charlotte.
It wasn't an attitude. It was just Charlotte's not used to people speaking sternly
She's not
to
used
her.
To Justine speaking sternly to her.
That's
I can
true.
Tell. I literally got on to her, last Friday or something. She didn't care. She does not care what I say to her. But Justine, it's the slightest tone.
Well, okay, but that's because Justine is such an angel. Okay, typically. Like our brides, our brides love her for that reason. Like if a bride is in here chit-chatting with a stylist, it's typically Justine. They're up at the checkout counter an hour after she's bought her dress and they're still...
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is.
It is.
It is. Like I think it's a blessing. They love you.
It comes in handy, I think, and
I think it's a curse, but I am really happy for the brides. I'm really happy for the brides. When I need Justine in the back,
when we need her, like in the next appointment, it's like, love connection that you guys are making, but Justine's needed at her 12 o'clock appointment. Thank you.
I've been doing so much better though.
You have.
Don't count this last Friday or last Thursday. Doesn't count.
She said, don't count the last time I worked.
She got out of work at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. is a little bit crazy.
I mean, I see when you guys clock out, so like it was kind of late. That's okay.
But she got here late.
Yeah.
And then she was you were there for some of it. She was hanging
out in the dress. She was having a little bit of trouble, like actually like deciding yes or no about any dresses. And moving on.
Yeah.
And
we figured it out.
The secret is, if it's not a yes, it's a no. If it's a maybe, it's a no. You know?
Justine doesn't really operate that way. No. Justine loves lots of options.
We start off very broad, but we usually are able to like.
I think what it is I think for our different types of, stylist behavior can really be narrowed down to like, if you're going to get like waxed and the person who comes out to wax you is like, oh my God, hey girl, I'm going to be your waxer today. I have cute pink eyeshadow on and I'm a vibe and we're going to hang out and chat and like blah, blah, blah while I'm waxing you. Cool, whatever. Me personally, if I'm going to get waxed, I want this woman to look like this. First of all, she's Russian. Second of all, this is the only job she's done for the last 30 years because I know that when I leave, she's done the job correctly. And some brides come in and they're like, I want a stylist who, when they're like overwhelmed with decision fatigue, and I go, we're finding your dress, lock in. They're like, yes, ma'am, we're doing this. You know what I mean? And Justine's like, hey, girly pop, and her brides are like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Like this is
we lock in though.
No, we have a little blend.
We lock in.
Both of us.
I think in the beginning, it definitely was a little bit more like, as in like, hey, girl, you know what? And we got to try on every single dress. We'll find the dress, and we did, but it's like it's not very efficient all the time, and it can backfire to where it's like now we're all exhausted, and we might have found your dress, but like at that point, you're just like, girl, I gotta go to sleep, and I have to think about it, you know, kind of thing.
Thing for me when we get to an appointment where I have to say, look, we'll try on every dress in here if we need to, because then I look at them and I go, are you gonna make me? Are you gonna? Because I said it. So
yeah. So, Justine, I'm going to ask you some questions that I asked Gab last week.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll see what your answers are for it. Okay. So, what was your first impression of the store? Like, what made you want to work here, and what was your first impression of us?
Okay, if I'm being just fully transparent.
Yeah, we love
what made me want to work here.
Yeah.
I was miserable where I was before. And someone was like barking, like, I think almost every month at that point.
Oh no, like, Katie was like, you're going to hire my friend Justine and here's why. And I said, all right.
I think what I was surprised about though, I wasn't really like surprised about anything when it came down to like actually taking a bride or like how, because I always knew I came from the service industry.
Yeah.
I knew I was just like a personable person in the first place. So I knew that was not going to be hard at all.
Right. And I consider this a service industry job.
I do.
Like it's retail, but I really think this is a service industry.
Like a big part of it is quite literally just like giving them that experience too with it. What I was surprised about was the like, I think the morale and like the actual like workspace environment, because Katie, we're not going to name names or anything, but like right before she came to Bustle, she was not very happy at the bridal store she was working at. And of course, I, at the time, did not know anything about retail or bridal. But Katie would call me and she'll tell me about XYZ that's going on. And I was like, yikes, that really sucks. And that sounds like they sound kind of catty and like kind of mean. And so that's why every single time Katie would try to like get me to work here, I'm like, girl, you're not about to sound horrible. You're not about to play me. Like, you already told me about this. Like, you just want a friend there. Exactly.
Well, also at the time I was like, no, but you don't understand. Like, Evelyn's gotten a lot better.
And so I was just like, absolutely not. And then I start working here and I was like, wait a minute. Like, one, I've never worked in an environment where genuinely, like, I think every like girl who I work with, I can go have a drink with. Like, I really do love the girls here. But also, like, coming from the restaurant industry, and y'all know how it is in the restaurant industry. But coming in from the restaurant industry, like having managers and owners there is so different from how you own and manage here.
That's true.
And that was such a big difference.
I forget what it was. There was something when you had like first started working here. You had said, I might have been closing the store. It was something that you were like, okay, so like what all needs to get done for this thing? Or like how much of a headache is this little thing gonna be? Like, I don't even remember what it was.
I don't.
It might have been closing the store. It might have been cleaning something. It might have been like asking your boss something. Who knows? And I was like, it's like not that much. It's like pretty baseline stuff. It's not sweep the entire restaurant and wipe down every surface. And, you know, don't stop until your fingers are bleeding and it's midnight and then you can go home. It was something like, I was like, tie off the trash bag.
Well, keep it tidy, make it nice. You know, and then say goodnight. See you tomorrow.
Which like that's all like once again, I come from the restaurant. Like that's all easy stuff. I think like the workload, I've come from like restaurant experience, construction experience, research experience. All of that is like physically so much more draining than this. So like I knew like once again, I was never worried about my capabilities here. But what I was surprised about was just like, I really love just being here. I love to love your boss. It's also crazy, like truly. Because
queen.
And no, it's honest. I think that, I actually was thinking about this the other day, where I think if you're a POC, like, you know what I mean when I say code switching a lot. I don't have the code switch here where I'm like, I honestly can be myself here and not have to worry about like, oh my gosh, someone think I'm being like some angry lady just because like I told them like I didn't enjoy like XYZ or like I made like a funny or like snarky remark or something like that. And so that was one thing I actually noticed. I was like, I can just be myself and not have to worry about like, oh, I'm not like on my P's and Q's and making sure my tone's also like always super light and like always being taken a certain way. That must
be really exhausting.
It is
to feel that way in other environments, and I'm really glad you don't feel that way here.
And I talk to my mom and my family about it all the time, where I'm like, if it's only been a year and a half, but I could not imagine being back in like service industry or like bartending unless it's for Fleur de Fizz.
Justine is also one of my bartenders at Fleur de Fizz, which is a much different work experience, like work environment than here. But we still bring the same like aesthetic, service, you know, customer service.
I think it's a different work environment because usually I'm working with Jackson. And that's like, honestly, it's like on one side I have Katie and the other side I have Jackson. And what Jackson is, that is the closest thing I will ever have to her brother. And so it's very much, we're like...
Sorry, this past Saturday, she was over at our house. And she had picked up some Chinese food, and we were like eating Chinese food, and then he went and he got like a Magnum bar out of the fridge. And we both are drunk, by the way, way more drunk than he was.
Yeah.
And we both went, what's that? And he was like,
it's an ice cream bar.
Ice cream bar. And we just kind of looked at him, both of us a little offended that he didn't just go ahead and
get one and bring it to you on the couch.
I stood up and I was like, I'll get it. And he had only gotten a pack of 3.
Oh, no.
And I went, and I grabbed one, and Justine went, you're not getting me one? I said, no, I'm getting you one. I'm just not going to eat the other one because I know that he really likes them and he's going to want another one later.
Selfless.
It's fine. And then
never even passed my mind to say that. Never even passed my mind.
And then he eventually got up and got one, and he got the last one and gave it to me. And he said, just eat it. I know you want it. It's fine. And I was like,
that would have never. No,
good choice.
I was having an ice cream bar. I did not care if that was his last one.
Oh, is this like a thing?
But that's the same thing with like the next day. I think you just like
5 minutes after that, he got a chocolate honey bun, and she went, "You only got one of those?" And he said,
"I just wanted to buy it. I'm just a younger sibling." Okay.
And your relationship with Jack is like that, but you guys work really well together.
We do. We've worked in the bar before, so it's like it's not like something we had to like learn. And it's to the point to where I like know him so well to where he can be making a drink, and it's almost like we're making the same drink just together because like we're always going to be passing each other.
Yeah, it's a weird amount of physical chemistry they have.
Yeah, you should be worried about that maybe.
No,
trust me, no.
That's all right.
No, it's fine. I'm pretty sure one of them farted on the other one like a week ago. Like,
so true sibling relationship.
No, it really
but like
is.
our Flirt of Fizz clients can tell, like they like the vibe between the two of them.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of Saturdays where Justine will put in a full day here at Bustle and then turn around and go work a shift for Flirt of Fizz with a smile. Customers can't tell she's tired. It's like she clearly like loves it.
And I do that sometimes. I bitch the whole
time. Katie
and
bitches
I'm not
the
even making
whole time.
cocktails. I'm there to wipe down counters and grab beers. And I go, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Justine's like, what can I get you? I'm so excited.
I really do enjoy it.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a different, it's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe. I think bartending is a little bit just like more relaxed, to where like once again, if I think I don't have a filter here, like I'm really like more like relaxed there.
Yeah. Well, they're a little less drunk at Bustle than they are
you
at
know
Flirt
what?
of Fizz,
That is also fair. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I'll always get invited on the dance floor. I tell you that. I'll always hype up the party.
Absolutely does. Okay. Do you have a favorite Flirt of Fizz cocktail? I'm just asking for the camera.
The what was it? The salted caramel espresso martini.
The salted caramel espresso martini.
My heart, guys.
We do an espresso martini with a salted caramel cold foam topper.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's stupid good.
It's fantastic.
Cold foam topper for just like my coffee.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It's so freaking good.
It absolutely hits. Our customers love it. Yeah. Justine loves it.
Even I think we were doing like a tasting or something like a couple of weeks ago at your place. Yeah. And so I'm like, so espresso martini.
Justine also likes an aviation.
I do like a good aviation.
Yeah. To be known for real. What's my favorite cocktail?
A Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. Okay, but she also likes a London Mule, which is a Moscow Mule with gin instead of vodka.
You're just a gin girly.
Our new stylist, I was like, what's your favorite cocktail? We've been
talking about this forever.
I was like, what's your favorite cocktail? And she said Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, you're a real one. Me and this girl are clicking, by the way.
Nice.
They are a little bit where it's like a little annoying.
Okay, we're clicking in the sense that I feel like she's really... I'm really good at reading people as a whole, but I don't feel like there's that many like surprises. There's surprises with her for sure, but like the baseline personality I can read pretty easily. Yeah. And I'm not like anxious about it, about like where do you like what's your personality? Yeah. But the other day me and Justine were talking about who was gonna leave work to go get a Red Bull. And she was like, well, like this is your first shift with me, both of you. So whoever guesses my favorite color doesn't have to go. And I said green. And she went, yeah. And I was like,
that's so generic. I was going to say, You just said it first. That's such a generic. It's not like she has like some crazy.
My favorite
ladies, do I need to keep Red Bull in the fridge here?
Yes.
Me and Gab were talking about it should be on the inventory checklist. Me and her and Abby all drink Red Bulls.
I don't want to be responsible if someone has a heart attack.
Exactly.
Because you had 4 of them in a day.
I had to tell Abby because Abby is just so sweet. She'll go get herself a Red Bull and they got my favorite flavor. But I had to be like, hey babe, I have a heart condition. Stop surprising me with Red Bulls, or like maybe every other week. Because you've seen me on Red Bulls. You know, honestly, this espresso martini's about to make me start shaking.
I'm already real espresso in it. It's got a full shot.
It's good. So, you know what?
Yeah.
I would say 1 Red Bull D today, and I had 2 shots of espresso for breakfast.
That's crazy. I worry about you guys.
Do you just think you're like caffeine, like, you know,
it's
your
like water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
your tolerance is.
Yeah, my tolerance is
super high.
It's insane.
High. Yeah.
You gotta cut it out.
It'll be fine.
No one.
So, Justine, who is your favorite guest at an appointment? Is it the mom? Is it the grandma? The sister? Which one do you have the biggest soft spot for?
I think I'm always just gonna say the bride.
Yeah.
Justine
I keep it
very like. Don't get me wrong. I think
loves her brides.
I think everyone knows that I enjoy like a group.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, it's always gonna be the bride, because there are situations where it's very much where I'm like have to tell them like, hey, chill out, because I'm always gonna be on the bride's side.
Right.
Yeah, no. I would love to say that I love the moms. I do. But like I don't think I love anyone more than I just love my bride.
Yeah.
Because like
favorite?
A least favorite. So that might be easier actually.
Okay. Who's your least favorite guest in an appointment?
And they're also ranked so high because I just love everybody.
They're all a 10 out of 10.
My least favorite will probably be the grandmother.
Grandma. Okay.
Really?
See, grandma's my favorite usually.
No, for a good bit of it's either they're going to be like fantastic and like on the bride side, or they're going to be grandmothers that like the mom is always going to be on the daughter's side, but the grandmother's just like say like unnecessary things. Yeah. Saying like, oh my God, either like talking about her weight or like how that looks on her, or like they like to speak first. And I'm very much where I'm sometimes let my girl, like if I ask a question, I'm like, I need my bride to answer, not particularly like.
See, I like grandma because I feel like grandma is usually the one who just sees only the good. She just thinks that girl is gorgeous and everything. You know,
you had a grandma a while back.
Which one?
She reminded me of my grandma. And by that, I mean bitch. My dead grandma.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But, the one who, I'm not going to give away any identifying details here. This could apply to, like, anybody. And also, I don't even think anybody, like, really clocked her saying this, so it wouldn't matter. The one who, your bride was getting a dress off the rack, and...
Oh, already know.
Yeah. That was quick.
Sarah had graciously gone down quite a bit on the price.
I do love to make a bride happy.
The dress was in very good condition, but it had like a little spot on it or something. And
was it Fairchild?
No.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'm not going to say what dress it was because it clearly got purchased off the rack, and that would tell.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't Fairchild. But there was like a little spot on it, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll get it. Like I'll spot clean it for you before you go." Which I'm going to be honest with you. What I tell my brides is I'm like, Alterations is going to do a spot clean.
Yeah, they will.
Most of the time, pro bono. If the dress actually needs to get like clean,
then we'll talk.
Then there's enough money coming off the price of the dress
that covers it.
That. Like, that's why
there's a discount.
And Justine was grabbing like the spot cleaning stuff because she's so nice, right?
Too nice.
And I was standing like 10 feet away, and the grandma turned to the bride and was like, yeah, because that's how they get you. They sell you the dress for, $1,500. By the way, anybody who's been in here in the last 6 months will tell you $1,500 is a steal on a wedding dress these days. Okay?
Unfortunately.
She's like, they sell you a dress for $1,500, and then it's got a big stain on it that Alterations can't get back, and you got to come back here and buy a whole new dress. First of all, bold of you to assume that we are just this well-run of a business.
Right, and we're just scamming people constantly. I know.
And second of all, why would you come back and shop here again?
Why would you trust us?
And then she'll have to buy a second dress from us.
After we pissed her off the first time.
But she said that, and I was like,
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? You weren't there. I remember. I told you about it later, but I was like, what the? And she said it like she said it in a way that was like, that's how Justine's gonna get you. Like,
because Justine's out to get you. I mean, come on.
Justine's the scammer. That's crazy.
Yeah. It does go to show that like a lot of our customers and their guests and their family come in very guarded because they're intimidated or they feel like we're going to try and like get them. Right. Yeah. And so we have to do a lot of education through social media and stuff that we put out there, like letting them know, like, that's not who we are. Yeah. That's not what we do here. What we do here is put this gorgeous bride in a gorgeous dress and like match it up. Like, we're not here to scam you out of anything.
And I feel like for the most part, I'm like, that's how it usually is. It's like everyone comes in at first a little bit nervous, but then they just see like, oh, we're real people. And then they trust their stylist fully for what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, just like they just trust their stylist fully for whatever they like have to say and how they lead their appointment or whatever. Yeah. But every blue moon, even for me, and I think I've learned to be very good at like leading my appointments and like just the groups in general, because sometimes that can be like a little bit tricky, like dynamics and different things like that. But every now and then I just miss it, and you always got like a bestie, a grandma, mom.
Middle ground that we have to ride, because there is one side of the spectrum in which they genuinely think that you are trying to scam them out of their hard-earned money. Yeah. And that whatever you're selling must not be worth the price. And that's actually, I had a conversation with our new girl about this the other day, and I was like, the reason why we all love our jobs is because we're proud of what we sell. Yeah. The reason why this designer over here doesn't get sold as much is because we know what is and is not worth certain prices, and lately their dresses haven't been worth the price that they're pricing them at. Yeah. And so we aren't pulling them because we are not comfortable trying to convince the bride to buy something that's
we're not selling you something that we don't think is worth it. That's like I would not sleep at night.
See it in the numbers that the dresses aren't being pulled by that designer for that reason alone.
Right. Yeah.
Because their prices are going up, but their quality isn't.
Right. And we clock that.
And the stylists genuinely are pulling things that we think are worth your money to buy. So they're not pulling that designer right now. But I was telling her, I was like, you're going to like love what you buy. You know what I mean? Love what you buy, love what you sell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but there's a side of the spectrum in which some people don't believe that. And they genuinely think we're trying to scam them, which is heartbreaking. And brides don't. Brides
who hurt you?
Are aware. Yeah.
Like, who hurt you?
They've been scammed in the past when they've bought a car or furniture or something. Someone has sold them something that they later realized they didn't like or wasn't worth the money.
Yes, but there's another side of the spectrum of people who are genuinely offended if I mention that I'm trying to stay in their budget.
Right.
Like if I say, well, you told me your budget is $3,000, which is great. That's wonderful. The store is kind of your oyster at that budget. This dress is $27.99, and I know we really want to try this veil. I just want to be really clear with you. This veil is like $600. Right. You know what I mean? And I would love to put her in it. I say if they pull something out of budget, a dress out of budget that's like $4,000, I'm like, I would love to put her in this. I don't do this job because I hate playing dress up. Right. But I don't want you to fall in love with anything that's going to break your budget.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when that happens.
And people, like, not every
And we don't have to do it.
Most of the time, people are very appreciative of me being, like, cognizant of their budget. Because I will be every time. But sometimes I have people who are like, okay.
And put it on me. Right.
Like, genuinely,
we need your permission.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
because you're going to look at me crazy if I don't like tell you.
Because we're going to be shaking, our knees are going to be shaking all the way up to the register if I'm going to try and, ring you up for a dress that you just said yes to that I know is $500 more than your budget. Like, I'm trying to be above board here.
I will say, most people appreciate that. I feel like you have a how do I word it? I feel like people are more upset with you over things like that than like I feel like that I have trouble with.
And I think it's because when they come
in, I don't know what it is.
That's like I know what I'm doing. So if I do anything even a little bit off, they're like, what's going on?
Just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And maybe they just see me as like a girl just like bouncing off the wall. So they're like, oh, she can't, like, she's not going to hurt a fly or something. But it's like, it's actually crazy because you'll tell me like a story. I'm like, you didn't say anything like crazy to them. I'm like, why are they upset that you said it that way?
Yeah, Justine, we were talking about, I don't know if I mentioned this on a previous episode of the podcast either, but we were talking about how I'm trying to get better with moms. And I said, and it's just hard because like, I told a mom the other day, she told on me to Gab and Justine. Did I tell you about this?
Maybe.
She like snitched on me, like she was trying to like tell the manager, I'm the manager.
You're like,
because she said,
joke's on you.
Because her daughter had been to like 6 other shops and was getting really easily overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yes, and her daughter was like, I don't know what's even left to try on at this point. And I was like, hey, we're going to find your dress and we're not going to let this be a bad memory for you. We're not going to let dress shopping be something bad that happened to you in like the engagement, right? So I said, I'm going to be really intentional about what I put on your body. I know some stylists at this point have probably just been throwing stuff on you to see what sticks. We're not doing that, okay? Because that's how you end up crying in the dressing room, you know? And her mom said, just throw stuff on her and see what sticks.
I remember this, yeah.
She said, she'll be fine. She's not going to cry.
And you did well. You told her, like, basically.
And I said, well, look, I hear you, but the bride's my boss. So if she doesn't want to try it on, I can't make her ultimately, right? And I said it just like that.
Yeah.
And they were in the room for it.
Which is, like, such a normal thing to say, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was taught that the whole thing was that I feel like I'm a little bit more, like, I don't want to say aggressive, but, like, how I tell, like, command the group than you are.
Like, hey, everybody sit down.
I have done that before. Okay. I've done that before. And it's like the opposite is that your mom came to me and Gab and was like, she won't listen to me. She won't put her in the dresses that I want her to.
The boss, but I'm the one paying for it. Man,
but at the same time,
sorry, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it's really not. Like our motto here is you make the bride happy.
Yeah.
And money will fall into your pocket.
Yeah.
And I still don't know the difference. That was the conversation, was that situation. And my situation was that, like, it was a grandmother, and I know she was like maybe like a mother figure in the bride's life, but she was very opinionated, and we finally found the one, and I could tell I was next to the bride, and I was just making sure that I'm like, hey, this checks up all the boxes, you're happy with this, you can see yourself getting married, and everyone like needed to come up, and like as I asked her a question, they went down a line and asked her questions, and I could see her, literally her eyes like went like this, and I said, she's about to freak out. I said, okay, everyone, bye-bye.
Sit down.
Go sit down.
Let's talk.
And then the grandmother looked at me. She goes, Justine. Because, like, she was a very you can tell she's stern. She was the queen of her household.
Yeah,
no one tells her. Exactly.
That's why I love a grandma.
And she looks at me. She goes, Justine, no one's ever told me to do something like that and made me sit down. And I actually listened to him. And I was like, hey, listen, I said one thing about
today's a new day, Grandma.
No, quite literally. But me and Grandma locked in though. And it's like, I truly believe if you had that same situation where you told them to go sit down, they did not do it right. I don't know why.
Yeah. They don't know why. Something about me is inherently unlikable. I haven't figured it out yet.
Sorry, Pooks.
I haven't figured it out. No, but they were like, she said the brides are passing. I'm the one paying for it. And like,
she was upset with you.
And then guess what? I said, we like started trying on and we reached a point where I was like, okay, like the bride is on the verge of tears. We're done. Because I wasn't able to put her in what I needed to put her in. Yeah. Because she was letting her mom pick what she got in. I was like, she's about to cry. We're done here. I try my best. And the mom said, we're not done. And she made me sit there and put that bride in 5 more dresses. And that girl cried more and more and more in each dress about how she didn't think she'd find the one. Her mom didn't let me pick out what dress I'd put her in. She didn't let the bride have a say in what she got put in. It was brutal. It was like one of my hardest, because also it's really hard for me to not perk up and say, like, and you're calling yourself a mother,
right?
That's something that we don't talk about enough, though. We don't talk about, like, sometimes every now and then it's like I'm screaming, and I don't know if just because I'm a little bit more of a confrontational person, and I don't think it shows like very often that I'm like, I do not mind telling someone to like, that's one thing I don't mind, is like sticking up for either myself or somebody. Sometimes I'm screaming in my head at the brides, being like, listen, girl, you got to stand up.
Yeah.
No one talks about, like, in that sense where it's like,
let's talk about let's talk about it right now.
Yeah,
I want everyone who is listening to this or watching this to know the bride is our boss, period. That's how we start the appointment, and that's how we're going to end it. Like,
every single time.
The bride's the boss.
And the thing is, like, we would literally be like, we've been guards to the bride, as in like keeping people from saying certain things. We've also been like the very like comforting. Like, we will do literally any hat that you need us to wear for the bride. We will literally wear it.
Yeah.
And I will be the guard dog for the bride. But at the same time, if the bride herself can't like at least say that, then
put that on her tombstone. I will be the guard dog for the bride.
I will be the guard dog for the bride.
Period.
It's
and sometimes I need them to like, they got to start it though.
Exactly. Any woman who has ever given birth will tell you the way that your labor and delivery nurse was like,
who's not on the list.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's us.
You're allowed
Who's
to say,
allowed in
I
here?
don't
We'll
want my
tell
mom
them.
to be in
And the thing is, I want to be that person.
I don't care.
I don't feel bad at all. I'm not gonna.
I'm not going to be at your Christmas dinner.
I kind of like telling me, Mom, to be quiet and stop talking about you like that. Because somebody has to.
When that mom cussed Abby out.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Saturdays ago, and Abby did not
so
get
oblivious.
one of us because she's new enough that she doesn't realize that like
you can't be spoken to that way here.
Like
that's so frustrating to me. Everyone knows as well. Like, it never happens to me, but I would rather things like what happened to Abby. There was like a male person who came in recently and like snapped and was really rude to Gab. Mm-hmm. It never happens. It's always happening to our shyer girlies.
When we're not around, like, nobody ever plays that shit with me and Justine.
Please, someone do it to me.
Oh, I would love for someone to do that when I'm here in the store. I mean, honestly.
And I swear it never happens. And also, I am oblivious. Sometimes if I'm in an appointment, I had no idea until that, maybe an hour after that situation with Abby happened.
Yeah.
I had no idea about it. And I'm just like,
she
guys.
Came out looking, because she was working in the VIP suite. And she came out looking completely fine. And she said, I just got done crying in there. And I was like, oh, it was a good appointment.
No, different kind of crying.
No, the mom cussed me out. And then I felt bad because at that point, the tension had vanished.
Yeah.
And it would have been weird for me to go in and be like, I heard this happen 30 minutes ago. Get out of the store when nothing's going wrong.
Right. No, it has to be in that moment.
Yeah. But I told Abby, I was like, I felt bad because I kind of went into mom mode to Abby, and the last thing she needed at that point was to get yelled at more. But I was like, your dignity is not worth the sale.
It's not.
It's not. Okay. I'm like,
it's not. And it's not to me either. I would rather lose a sale than have one of my stylists talk to you that way.
I said, do you think Sarah would sit here and be like, thank God Abby's willing to get called every day?
No.
And I feel like we should also clarify why Abby got yelled at. This was a gown purchase appointment. The bride had found her dress and was coming back with her mom.
Right.
It's a little specific, but I also highly doubt that her mother is listening to a bridal podcast, since clearly she hasn't had great experiences in bridal stores. But
the
bride was like, I got to come back with my mom. The mom wasn't even paying for the dress, but she was like, my mom is like, she's just not a great person. She's gonna insist on being here for this, and if she's not here for it, I will hear about it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and we run into that a lot.
Yes, and so the bride came in and she's putting on these dresses, and the mom didn't like any of them and was saying nasty things about them. And then the bride started crying. Abby is still pretty new, so she's good at shielding the bride to an extent, but there reaches a point where you do need backup. And I think because she hadn't experienced it to that level, she didn't even realize, I need to
it was escalating a lot faster than she thought it was.
It was escalating so
very quickly.
I think she was also thinking, if I have to go get my manager about this, it's just going to escalate the situation more.
Yeah.
And not realizing that we are adept at entering a situation and pretending like we have no idea what's going on.
Well, it's not the kind of situation we could have prepared her for.
No, it's not.
You don't know until it happens to you.
And then you can kind of move on. So the bride was crying, and it was just very uncomfortable. And it was Abby and the bride's mom. The bride's in the dressing room changing, and you could hear her crying in the dressing room.
Right.
And the mom just went up to Abby and just started pointing in her face and saying this is all your fault. And and Abby immediately bursts into tears.
Yeah, of course. Because when someone yells at you in your face, of course.
Yeah. And here's my
thing. Yell in my face. I don't cry. Yell in my face.
See, but they don't do this kind of stuff to you guys because they can tell people like this are they're bullies, and they can tell who they can bully. And we don't tolerate that here. Period.
Yeah, it was tough. I hate that she didn't come get us. I do think that was a learning experience, and
she won't, I don't know that she'll let it happen again.
That's the thing about brides not standing up for themselves.
It hurts other people too.
Where you're letting this person who maybe has bullied you your entire life.
Yeah.
And I understand. I hate that for you, and I wish we could just take that away for you. But ultimately, you're then bringing them into what is supposed to be a safe space for other women.
Right.
And letting them run wild. I had a mom 2 Saturdays ago who went up to my bride. She wasn't this bride's mom. She was the mom from another appointment. She went up to my bride and was giving opinions about the dress she was in.
Was that mine?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, was that mine?
And I was like...
people just feel
she
free.
She wasn't being nasty.
It doesn't matter.
But ultimately, like, what if she was one of those people? Like, those things happen where they feel comfortable. They're like, you're bringing this person who maybe you can't stand up to, sure. Mm-hmm. You're bringing them into this place that's supposed to be a safe space for other people. And that is tough because that's tough for obvious reasons. Yeah. But more than that, you need to not have the assumption that no one else will stand up to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it will get, if I was in this room when that happened with Abby, if I was standing outside the door and I heard that, your appointment would have been over. That dress that you came in to get because you loved it so much, I would have said, if you really love it so much, you can order it on your portal. Your mother does not need to show her face in this store.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to be a little bit like, give them grace or like at least try to be understanding, just because like maybe I just don't understand why. Like I don't think I'll ever be able to understand why they won't like stand up to like for themselves. But at the same time, I also came from like a family where that would have never happened either. So it's just like it's
too. I think when you grow up with sisters, there's something, I don't know, I think something happens there. Everyone that I know that has a brother or is the only girl in the house, there's a little bit more of like but I think when you're a mom raising girls, you know, you have to like brace the house for impact at all times. Mm-hmm. Like you are going to send these young women out into the world that is not going to be kind to them, and they have to be able to like handle themselves and stand up for themselves, you know? But I don't know.
Well, let that be the takeaway. Be careful who you bring to your appointment and really think about whether or not they need to be there. All right, Justine.
Okay.
You get to play our favorite segment, Smash or Pass, where we ask you questions about things here in the bridal store, other things, and you smash or pass. If you like it, you say smash, and we hit this button. Smash. Oh, that's a man's voice. We're just going to not use this button. I think we're just going to say smash. If you like it, you say smash. And if you don't, you say pass. Do you have a question for with this? Remember I told you to come up with like... Oh. Yeah, you do, huh?
I have like, I mean, I have a couple, but they're not like that good. Okay. To be honest.
So you just really didn't prepare for this, did you?
I prepared.
I just feel like you didn't bring your best game.
Okay, so we'll start easy. Smash or pass ball gowns. A big, full, ridiculous princess moment ball gown.
Smash. Absolutely.
You like those? I'm just kidding. That's Justine's favorite thing in the whole world.
For a second, I was like, oh my God, actually, Sarah does not know anything about me.
Every time we see a ball gown at market, we go, Justine would eat that up. Justine would eat it up.
Absolutely. Ball gown, absolutely.
The bigger, the better. And that's such a trend right now, and I'm all about it. I love it.
And the more I get, like, anytime I get a ball gown girly, I'm just happy to put them in there. I don't know if they're actually going to want to actually get married in a ball gown, but just the fact that I can pull them and, like, be next to a ball gown, I'm, like,
it's such a princess moment.
It's not even, princess is not even the word. I feel like just, like, queen. Like, the confidence that I get in a ball gown, something about it is just not, like, it's not just, like, cutesy and, like, sweet. Like, I feel like a badass. Like, I feel good in a ball gown. Anyways, smash.
Smash.
Absolutely.
What about you, Katie?
It's a silhouette.
Yeah.
It works great on certain body types. It doesn't work great on other body types.
She's so analytical about it.
I mean, what do you mean?
I'm a hard
How does it make you feel?
Just in general. On that mannequin.
You were obsessed with Derek for a second.
Yeah, no, I love ball gowns. I love fitted dresses. I love wedding dresses.
Yeah, that's fair. God forbid in this job.
See, but it's exactly how I told the girls. I'm like, every single time where I'm helping them to, like, decide what their silhouette is, I'm like, hey, girl, just, like, you don't have to hate one to, like, choose the other. I know I look banging in a fitted dress. Yeah. Honey, we look great in a fitted dress, but that ball gown does something for me. Yeah. You don't feel like that about, like, any silhouette?
I love an overskirt because it's
it's both. You get a fitted dress underneath and then this big full overskirt.
I have lately been
take it off at the reception.
And I'm telling you right now, this is probably something we need to circle back and say when we're at market. We need to try and find this. Mixed materials.
You have been mixing quite a lot. Yeah,
I did a full pearl dress and I added a Mikado overskirt and it made the pearls pop. It was amazing. But also a jacquard overskirt on a clean classic.
Like a floral
We just got
print.
one in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Fortune Marie material.
On a jacquard dress. Like, I just feel like that's it's just such a good way of doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I dig it.
All right. Smash or pass veils that are longer than the train of the dress. That's a in bride speak, that's a cathedral veil. It's a veil that goes way past the train of the dress. Smash or pass?
Smash, depending.
I'm smash every time.
Smash,
give me
depending.
The longest, most ridiculous veil, no matter what the dress is. I love a cathedral veil.
I love a cathedral. Are you about to say something different?
I love a cathedral veil. I really do. And I smash every time a cathedral veil. But if we're talking royal length, strong, like it's just so much more drama than a cathedral. Yes, but only if it has lace on the train.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. We want lace on the veil. Yeah.
That's what I'm depending. It depends on the dress.
Not even for the aesthetic, but for the weight. The weight on the edge. So you fluff it once and then
it looks good in all the pictures when she's walking down the aisle. It stays nice and flat.
I like the drama of it though.
Look, I like the most dramatic veil possible. Name the number of times in your life that you're going to wear a veil. First communion, maybe. Right? And then for your wedding. That's why I said maybe. And then for your wedding. So like if you're going to wear a veil, like wear a freaking veil. Like wear a long one with as much on it as possible.
What about when the police come to tell you that your husband has died in a tragic crash?
Oh, well then it's black veil all the way. Yeah. For a year, right? It's like a year of mourning.
No, you already had the veil on.
Oh, you already had you killed him.
You were prepared.
We're all on the same wavelength. Oh shit. Anyway. Watch out, Eric. Okay. So it's a smash for me.
It's a smash, depending on for me.
Yeah. Okay, smash or pass crying in your appointment with the bride because you just love her so much and
whatever.
It just made you emotional.
You know what? I would love to pass. That's the thing. People think that I just want to cry to pass, but she can't. I just even the other day. What were we even talking about? Where I just started crying.
No, you were. Literally
I can't help
on
it.
The couch with Charlotte.
Oh my God, I'll cry right now. Don't talk about it.
And she was laying like.
Oh my God, that girl! I love her.
So like their heads were upside down next to each other on the couch, and she just like Charlotte was asleep, and she like ran her hand on Charlotte's head, and like. And I was watching TV and Justine she said something like, she's just getting so big. And I looked down and I went, bitch, are you sobbing right now?
It's because Charlotte was starting to fall asleep and we were laying right next to each other. And I think I started rubbing her head and then I just like stopped once I thought she was asleep or something. And she looked up at me and she has these big, like the biggest little eyes ever. And she goes, I really like when you pet my head. And then so I started to pet her, really pet her hair, and then you can see she just like snuggled up. Yeah. And she just like fell asleep. And then I just started looking at her. Okay.
That's the kind of situation
I was going
where like
so strong.
Anybody would cry.
Justine
will cry at the drop of a hat. Justine.
I can't. And that's why it's a sentimental, for me,
sweet stylist.
Because I don't choose this life. I just if you scare me, if you make me like super excited without like going from 0 to 100, I'm crying. Yeah. Any strong emotion that's just like super fast is over for me. There's a tear coming out.
I think it's actually a smash for me if I could.
Yeah, you would love to, right?
If I was capable of like feeling the urge to cry and then just letting my body
letting it like break through the Lexapro.
Oh, see, but that's something I am like
I
get Katie to cry more.
Training to not cry when you feel the urge. I wish it was Lexapro. No, I just like know if I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like, I know where to shift my, like, focus to so that I don't feel the urge to cry anymore. And I shove it deep down. And
Justine doesn't know that life.
I'm definitely her friend of saying, like, Katie, just cry. I think you've cried the most, like, in this past 6 months that you've ever had. Because I'm very much like, hey, girl, just cry.
It's just very natural for Justine.
Like, you're overwhelmed, just cry about it. I don't know.
But my thing is, if I actually start to cry, I get embarrassed. So instead, I start yelling. I'm not someone who, like, cries when they get mad. Yeah. But I get mad when I cry. Yeah. So I can yell at someone. I could cuss somebody out and I'm never going to shed a tear. I'm not shaken. I said what I said. I didn't stutter. But if I was on the phone with her, I don't even remember when, and I started to cry because I was overwhelmed, and I started to cry. I said, I'm literally about to cry, which is so stupid. She was like, babes, and if you need to cry, you can cry. And I went, well, no, it's just some bullshit. And I'm crying, but I'm mad. I'm I have to get mad so that I can justify crying.
Or she doesn't let me hug her sometimes.
Brides, choose your stylist. You can work with Justine and she'll cry with you, or you can work at Katie and she'll love you so much she'll yell at you. Yeah.
It's all about balance.
It's
honestly.
all about balance.
We have all the personalities here. We have all the personalities
I'll tell you what,
here.
though, I'm the one that gets the brides that go, like, I go, okay, do you want to, like, ring the bell and have your say yes to the dress moment? And they go, ugh.
Oh, I don't care. You're ringing the bell. I'm too dramatic for that. So I'm definitely like pro crying in general, like for your day to day. But in an appointment, I'm like, girl, come on, keep it together. It took me 3 to 4 months to stop crying. So I'm
That's
like,
why we got tissues all over this store.
And I don't want to take away like the moment from her crying with her family. Because every single time, they're like, oh, even you're crying. And I'm like, no, don't look at me. Like, keep doing what you're doing. I'm just over here like, please. So.
Well, thanks for coming to join us today, Justine. What's your Smasher Pass question?
First of all, one of my Smasher Passes was going to be about crying.
Yeah.
So
duh.
But my other Smasher Pass was you. What was you?
I'm scared.
My other Smasher Pass for you was smash or pass when your coworkers sell dresses off the rack.
Oh my God.
Oh, she hates it. I can tell you, it's a pass. She hates it. She gets mad when I do it.
Okay,
I got mad when you did it.
Hey, she really wanted it.
Anyhow, I know technically for the business, clearly it's like, oh my gosh, do your job. You need to find
a dress.
I'm happy she got a dress. A lot of times when we do a dress that's not even supposed to be off the rack, like that bride needed that dress. And I love that. But is it a pain in my behind every single time I go looking for a dress and then I hear, oh, Gab sold it off the rack. Oh, Katie sold it off the rack. And it's always like the best one. It's not like something that's been in the racks for like years and years. It's always like these like...
It's been here for years.
Yeah. That's true.
But it's always Justine is just emotionally attached to every dress in the store. It's
always the pieces where I'm like, those are staples.
No, it's true. I've only sold Amber off the rack.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what Amber is later.
Yeah, I'm like, Amber, I know that dress.
Off the rack. Like certain things where I'm like, dude, if I had this dress right now, it would be perfect. Or I've only done that once and was with Regina. And no one really needs Regina.
I had that moment happen a while ago where I wanted to sell a dress. I wanted the bride to put it on. I knew it would be her dress and she would order it. And Justine had sold it off the rack. And that...
Who was it?
Oh,
was it Harlem Lane?
Oh, how the tables have turned.
I don't even remember what it was, honestly.
Usually it's you, but I think as of lately it's been Gab. She's been sneaking up on us.
Hey, so I would just like to remind you guys that your job is to sell dresses here.
I understand that.
And if it needs to be sold off the rack, please do so. Justine is just emotionally attached to every dress.
Well, I just like, I don't know. It's almost like you're going in the fridge for your leftovers and then someone goes in there and I'm like just raging because
somewhere there's a stylist referring to your dress as the leftovers.
Hey, some leftovers are better the next day.
Chinese food.
Pizza.
Your dress is her dim sum.
D3064.
Delicious.
That's a crab rangoon right there.
Could you imagine like doing that one off the rack? I'll be screwed.
No, we wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you. No. I appreciate you guys.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on today. We've been dying to have you on. Thank you for finally
don't ask me that.
coming. Yeah, where can people find us?
On Instagram and TikTok and Facebook.
What are our handles on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok?
Look up Bustle and you'll see a blue bee.
No, that's a different Bustle.
No.
That's literally a different Bustle.
Yeah.
No, ours is the blue bee.
No.
Don't just look for a bee. That's a magazine.
On Instagram at...
What kind of magazine is that?
We'll talk about it later.
It's literally called Bustle. On Instagram at... Bustle Bridal. Good job.
And on TikTok as Bustle Bridal.
That's right.
Also, shout out to Fleur de Fizz. You can find us there. Bartending.
At Fleur de Fizz. Bartending. That's right.
I work for both of these. I'm just like, don't ask me those questions.
Do some more marketing training. Next week, we're going to welcome back Jack, who helps us out with Fleur de Fizz, and Mr. Bustle himself, Eric. You can find us on Instagram at Bustle Bridal and at Fleur de Fizz Bartending. Until next time, gowns, gimlets, and good vibes only.